Hello everyone. Topic for our discussion today is International Year of Millets. India leading the way. Millets, which includes bajra, jowar, ragi, they are the oldest food known to the human beings, and these millets are among the first crops which were domesticated in India, and the evidence about their domestications, their use, consumption was even found during the Indus Valley civilization, which is one of the oldest known civilization of human beings. Because of this reason, the government of India proposed to declare year 2023 as International Year of Millets, so that this use of consumption of millets can be made as a people's movement. This proposal to declare International Year of Millets was supported by the 72 countries of the world, and because all this strong advocacy, the United Nations General Assembly declared the year 2023 as a International Year of Millets in March 2021. These are the some chosen logos for the International Year of Millets, and here are some slogans in respect of the International Year of Millets. Let's discuss in respect of background of millets in India. Before the Green Revolution, which took place during the 1960s, and this Green Revolution was initiated by the scientist Norman Borlaug. And before this Green Revolution, the millets were traditionally consumed food grains, but after the Green Revolution, which focused more on the increase in production of the food grains like wheat, rice, and this wheat and rice has greater yield of production as compared to the traditionally consumed millets. So this Green Revolution had more focused on the wheat and rice as compared to the millets like the jowar, bajra and ragi and others. It is also found that before the Green Revolution, the contribution of millets in cultivated grains was around 40%, and after the Green Revolution, this cultivation dropped to approx 20% over the years, and because of that, the consumption of millets were also be declined, and because of that also, the area which were earlier used for production of millets were replaced with the commercial crops, which I mentioned earlier, wheat and rice, and apart from that, for the production of oilseeds, pulses and maize. And why these commercial crops had replaced the production of the millets? Few reasons for that were, as these commercial crops were more profitable, their production was supported by the various policies of government of India after the Green Revolution. Some subsidies, better subsidies were given for the production of these commercial crops, and incentives were also provided for their procurement. Apart from that, these commercial crops were included in government's public distribution system. So because of all these reasons, also there is a change in the dietary pattern of the human beings, and now they were given preferences to consume the fine calorie rich cereals, which includes this wheat, rices, oil seeds, pulse, maize, etc. Against this backdrop, all this because of the all these backdrops, government of India, they realize that the importance of millets are getting down over the years. However, they are more nutritionally secure. For that reason, the government of India took many steps so that the importance of these millets can be regained. Among them, gadgeting millets as nutri cereals, and celebrating the year 2018 as National Year of Millets. Various small scale policies were formed in respect of millets, and apart from that, as we have already studied that the proposal to declare year 2023 as International Year of Millets were took place. The gadgeting millets as nutri cereals. These nutri cereals means the cereals which are of highly nutritious value, means they are having of high nutrient content, which includes the protein, essential fatty acids, dietary fibers, various vitamin, calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, and other electrolytes. So, what are millets? Millets are commonly termed as small seeded grasses. These are also termed as nutri cereals, as I have already mentioned, as they are highly nutritious. And dry land cereals means they can grown in dry areas, very hot areas. These millets include sorghum, known as jowar, the pearl millet, the bajra, finger millet, ragi, little millet, kutki, foxtail millet, cocoon, proso millet, china, barnyard millet, sawa, kodo millet, kodon, and apart from that, some other millets are also included in millets category. These are some photographs of mentioned millets, examples of millets. So these millets are staple crops which have been adopted at dryland agroecologies of arid and semi-arid tropics. Arid are the regions where there are very little precipitation, means only 10 inches or 25, means 25 centimeter of rain has been recorded. Semi-arid tropics, where the region where they receive only 10 to 20 inches of precipitation, mean rain, or we can say they gain only 25 to 50 centimeter of rain every year. So we can label these crops as a dry land cereals. In India, these millets are produced in the various states where the very low to moderate precipitation has been recorded, means these regions records every year approx 20 centimeter to 80 centimeter of rainfall, means these come under the semi-arid tropics. So these millets are the staple cereals for the small holder dryland farmers, the farmers which have very less than 10 hectare of the land to cultivate. And basically these cereals, these millets are the staple cereals for the sub-Saharan Africa and the Asian region. However, these millets are nutritious, they offer nutrition, they are resilient to very hard and tough environment, they are source of income for the farmers and livelihood for the farmers. And these cereals, these millets can be used as many purposes like food, can be used as a feed for the animals, can be used as a fodder to feed the animals, can be used as a biofuels, and also can be used as a brewing, means they can be used to produce the beer and tea and coffee. So overall we can say these millets are the smart food, as they are very good for the consumers, they are very good for the farmers, and they are good also for the planet. Here we can see the photographs of the millets. So these millets can be broadly divided into two categories: the major millets, which includes three major millets. The first one is known as jowar or sorghum, which includes the 27% of the millets. Second one is the bajra, known as pearl millet, which includes the 61% of the all the millets. We can see here the photographs of the pearl millet, bajra. The third one is the finger millet, also known as mandua or ragi, which includes approx 10% of the major millets. Here we can see the photograph of the same. Apart from that, we have minor millets. The second category is the minor millets, which includes the various kind of millets like kangani, kutki or sama, kodo millet, the Parniyar millet or Jhangora or Sawan, the Proso millet, China, the brown top millet. So these are the photographs of these small millets we can see here. Let's see the global scenario in respect of millets. So the African continent and is the largest producer of the millets, followed by the Asia, and the world production of the millets are 863 lakh tons. When we see the position of India in respect of the production of the millets, so it is 173 lakh ton, and this 173 lakh is 80% of the production out of Asian region, and it is approx 20% of the production of the world. When we see the Indian scenario in respect of the millet production, so these are the top 5 millet producing states in the India, which includes the Rajasthan, the Haryana, the Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra and Karnataka. These are the top most millet producing states in the India. This table shows the production in million tons in the year 2021 and the percent contribution of the total millets produced. So the bajra is the top most produced the millets, that is 10.86 million ton, contributing 60.5% of the total millet produced, followed by the jowar sorghum that contribute 26.6% of the total millet produced, followed by ragi, that is finger millet, 10.96%, and lastly the small millets, that is 0.35 million tons, which contributes 1.9% of the total millet produced. We have already discussed that India produces 80% of the Asia's total millet produced and 20% of the global production of the millets. This is the picture which shows the millet map of India, the various millets which are produced in various states. As we have already discussed that these are the most old crops which were cultivated during the human civilization, and even the evidence have been found in Indus civilization also, that is 3000 before Christ, and these were the among the first plants which were domesticated for the food of human beings. These millets are grown in approx 131 countries of the world, and these millets are the traditional food for approx 59 crore of people which are residing in Asia and African continents. As we have already discussed, that these millets are the collective group of small seeded annual grasses. These are the main crops by the marginal land farmers, and even this can be produced during the dry areas in the temperate, subtropical and tropical regions of the world. Now let's discuss about the facts and figures in respect of millets in India. So the India produces all the 9 kind of millets which we have already seen in the earlier pictures, and among the producers, so India is the largest producers of the millets, and it is the 5th largest exporter countries of the world in respect of millets. India has recorded approximately 27% of growth in millet production in the year 2020 21-22 as compared to the its previous year production, which was 15.92 million metric ton. And among these produced millets, the pearl millets is the largest produced millets out of the all the millets, which contributes approximately 60% of the production, followed by the sorghum, that is 27%, followed by the finger millet, that is ragi, 11%, and other small millets contribute the 2% of the millets. So out of the states of the India's, so there are 5 major millets producing states which we have already studied. They are Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Apart from that, there are some other states which also produce the millets. They are Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The India has also included the millets under the National Food Security Mission program as a NFSM nutri-cereals, and the same program is being implemented in 212 districts of the 14 states of the India. So this National Food Security Mission program, this was launched by the National Development Council during their 53rd meeting that was held on 29th of May 2007, and as per this revolution, they adopted and launched a food security mission which comprises the cereals like rice, wheat and pulses, and they declared that the annual production of this rice, wheat and pulses will be enhanced every year by 10 million tons, 8 million tons and 2 million tons by end of the 11th 5-year plan, that is 2012. So in such kind of program, the millets were also included as NFSM nutri-cereals. Apart from that, also in India there are approximately more than 100 startups, small businesses in respect of the millets, and the Indian Institute of Millet Research, which is in Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad, Telangana, they also incubated approximately 250 startups in their one of the initiative that is known as Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana Raftar, so that the millets can be focused and the person who have started the startups can be motivated when we see the export of the millets, so in the year 2019-20, the export of millet was approximately 28.5 million. During 2021, the export of millets were approximately 26.97, means there were a drop in the export of millets were noted. However, the year 2021-22, the export of millets increased, and it reached up to 34.32 million as compared to the year 2021, which was 26.97, which was quite high. And according to the 2020 data, the export in respect of millets, the CAGR, that is compound annual growth rate, was noted approximately 3%, which is also a good sign of in respect of the millet export. This CAGR is compound annual growth rate. Compound annual growth rate, that is annualized average rate of revenue growth between the two given years. We assume that this growth takes place at an exponentially compound rate. When we see the major importers of the India's millet are the UAE, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, Libya, Oman, Egypt, Tunisia, Yemen, UK and USA. India exports variety of millets to various countries, which include the bajra, ragi, canary, jowar and buckwheat. We have already studied that Asia and Africa are the largest producers and consumers of the millet crops. Among these Asian and African country, the India, Niger, Sudan and Nigeria are the major producer of the millet. When we compare between the various millets, it is found that the jowar and the proso millets, they are the most cultivated millet and these are cultivated in approximately 112 and 35 countries respectively. The sorghum and the pearl millets are the major area covering millets for the production, and they cover approximately more than 90% of the area for the production. Apart from that, the other millets which area most of the area they cover are the ragi, the finger millet, the china, proso millet, foxtail millet and other millets. When we see the major millet importing countries, so of the world, in this the list includes the Indonesia, Belgium, Japan, Germany, Mexico, Italy and USA, UK, Brazil and Netherlands. This diagram shows the India's production of millets during the last 10 years. So in this graph there is no such increasing or decreasing pattern in respect of production of the millets. However, we can say that in the year 2021 the production of various millets was quite satisfactory. For jowar it was 47.8 lakh tons, for bajra 108.6, which was the highest in last 10 years. For ragi it is 19.6. Here also we can say it is on the higher side. For small millet it was 3.5. In recent years, the government of India has put on its effort so that the farmers can be supported for the production of the millets, and their production can be enhanced significantly in recent years. Out of that, one of the most important effort was they rely on the minimum support price. This minimum support price is the price at which the government purchases the crops from the farmer, and whatever may the price of the crops in the market. And this MSP is to incentivize or support the farmers so that the adequate food grain production can be ensured from the farmers and in the country. And apart from that, this minimum support price also encourages farmers to adopt the best technological and farm practices so that the demand and supply balance can be maintained. So when we see the minimum support price for the millets, so it is found that there has been a significant rise in the MSP in the country, and this significant rise can be seen in the graphs below. This is the rise in the MSP of the jowar. So here we can see how the MSP of the jowar has been increased over the years. In 2023, the MSP for the hybrid jowar was 2,970 rupees. However, for the jowar Maldandi, it was 2,990. When we compare the MSP of Bajra, so in year 22-23, the MSP was 2,350 rupees, and in respect of MSP of Ragi, it was 3,578 rupees per quintal in the year 22-23, which is quite high as compared to other years. Let's see the significance of benefits in respect of millets. Why these millets are termed as smart foods? As we have already discussed that these millets are the nutritionally rich cereals, and the nutrition level is superior in respect of the wheat and rice, as they have higher level of proteins, they have balanced amino acid profile, higher level of dietary fiber content in respect of other staple cereals. Apart from that, these millets contain various phytochemicals, means the chemicals which are produced by the plants, which have anti-inflammatory and antioxidative properties, means they are able enough to protect from any foreign bodies or from any diseases. These millets are climate resilient also, that's why they are backbone for the dry land agriculture, means they can be grown in any such hard climates which are not supportive for the food crops. They are hardy and resilient crops. They have low carbon and water footprint. Low carbon footprint means a carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases which includes the carbon monoxide and methane also, and which can be generated by our action, means growing the millets. These millets have low carbon footprint, means these are less hazardous to the environment. These millets have low water footprint. So compared to the carbon footprint, the water footprint is an environmental indicator which measures the volume of fresh water which is needed in liters or cubic liters, which can be used to throughout for the production chain of the consumer item, means when we produce these millets, cultivate these millets, we will requiring the less amount of the fresh water, and this millet can withstand the high temperature also, even up to 50 degrees Celsius they can be grown. They can be grown on the poor soils. No any extra external inputs are required. So because of all these characteristics, these millets are termed as miracle grain or crops of the future, as we are noticing the climate change over the years. So in such scenario, these millets are the most secure crops for the farmers, as this can be grown in the hardiest, most resilient and the climate adaptable crops. And these millets can be produced even up to 50 degrees Celsius temperature also. This picture depicts the various health benefits of the millets. The little millet or kutki, also known as kutki, can improve the health of the heart, and this is one of the ideal food for the diabetes patients, as this prevent the abnormal increase in the blood sugar level. The sorghum, which is known as jowar, this has some antioxidant property which reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases and development of the colon cancer. This also reduces the risk of developing type 2 diabetes mellitus. The pearl millet, which is known as bajra, this has a rich source of vitamin E, which protects the body tissue from the free radicals damage. The finger millet, which is also known as ragi, this help in the strengthening and development of the bones. That's why this can be helpful in the osteoporosis and other bone related diseases. The foxtail millet, which is also known as kangni, is rich in calcium. That's why this can also be used in some bony disease like osteoporosis, and also this can reduce the risk of fracture. The proso millet, which is also known as china, this controls depressions, and also this has some anti-inflammatory properties, and it also reduces the level of blood pressure. The kodo millet has excellent action on strengthening the nervous system. The barnyard millet, they contain high amount of iron, which can be used in the production of hemoglobin, so ultimately it reduces the chances of anemia. Apart from this health benefits, there are some other health benefits of the millets, as they are rich sources of the nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, dietary fiber. They have very good quality of fat, and they have very higher amount of minerals like calcium, potassium, magnesium, iron, manganese, zinc, B complex vitamins. These millets can also help in tackling some health challenges, basically the lifestyle diseases like obesity, diabetes and other lifestyle problems. These millets are also gluten free. They have low glycemic index, that's why they are useful in diabetes, and they are higher in dietary fiber and antioxidant. They are gluten free, means they can prevent many diseases which can be present in a cereals which includes the gluten. This gluten is a mixture of protein which is usually found in wheat, rye, barley, oats and some other kind of food crops, and this gluten may cause many GIT related or systemic symptoms also, like they can generate the celiac disease, they can cause the gluten ataxia, they can cause dermatitis herpetiformis and even wheat allergy. So as these millets are gluten free, so person which are consuming such millets can be free from such kind of diseases. These millets are ecologically sustainable also, means they are not dependent on any kind of use of chemical fertilizers as they do not attract the pest, so no pesticides are required while during the production of the millets, and that's why the use of pesticide is also not required while doing the cultivation of such millets. So because of all these reasons, the millets are ecologically sustainable. Here is the summary why these millets are the smart foods, as they are good for the consumer, they are good for the farmer, they are good for the planet. So they are good for the consumer as these millets are having low glycemic index, they are rich in minerals, vitamins and antioxidants, they prevent from the lifestyle diseases like diabetes, obesity, heart diseases. They are good for the farmers as these millets have very short crop duration, they are the resource efficient as they don't require any fertilizer, pesticide, etc. They are hardiest, resilient and adaptable to the harsh climate, even can be grown even up to 50 degree and more temperature. They are good for the planet as they have low water footprint, they have zero carbon footprint, and they are energy efficient crops. Now let's discuss what are the major initiatives by the government of India to promote the millets productions. So in view of the nutritious value of the millets, the government of India has notified millets as a nutri-cereals by a gazette notification in April 2018. Apart from that, the government has also included these millets under the National Food Security Mission NFSM nutri-cereals, so that the awareness can be created by the demonstration and training of the farmers in respect of such millets. Apart from that, the government is also popularizing these nutri-cereals through the various research and development support for the various startups and to various entrepreneurs, so that they can develop such various kind of recipes and value added products. 8 biofortified varieties or hybrids of bajra, they have been released from 2018 to 2022. Apart from that, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry through its Apex Agricultural Export Promotion Body, which is known as APEDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, they have prepared a comprehensive strategy so that the export of these millets, Indian millets, can be promoted across the globe, and this action was taken in the December 2022. For the promotion of the Indian millets, the government of India has developed a 30 e-catalogs and targeting the various countries, which includes the information in respect of various Indian millets and their value added products for the export. And apart from that, it also includes the list of active exporters from India, the startups, FPOs, and apart from that, it also includes the importers or retail chain or hypermarkets, etc. And these details has been circulated with the Indian embassy also. Niti Aayog has signed one statement of intent with the United Nations World Food Program WFP in December 2021, and the main focus of this statement of intent is on mainstreaming the millets and supporting the India, so that India can take a lead in respect of the exchange of the knowledge about the millets. Apart from that, the Union Budgets 2023 also highlights on the support part, which will be provided for the post harvest value addition for enhancing the domestic productions of the millets. In a webinar during the February 2022, the corporate world was requested to come forward for the branding and promotion of the Indian millets. During the launch ceremony of the International Year of Nutri-Cereals that was organized by the Food and Agricultural Organization in Rome, the Indian Prime Minister also emphasized on the making the millets as a food choice for the future concerning the climate change, which affects the availability of the food. And the Indian Prime Minister also has remarked as millets as a uh, good for the consumer, cultivator, and the climate, means for the planet. The Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, they are also promoting the millets in the country, and consisting of in this respect a special millets lunch was organized in the Parliament courtyard for the MPs, and the diversity of in the Indian millets and their millet cuisines were served during this luncheon. For promoting the consumption of millets, the Office of the Department of Food and Public Distribution (DFPD), they have been directed that all the department will introduce and they will promote the millets in their canteens, in their meetings, in order to enhance the nutrition among the children. The central government has requested state government and union territories so that they can introduce millets in their PM Poshan scheme. In the year 2023, when the International Year of Millets was declared by the United Nations General Assembly, India has been given a big responsibility in the world to promote the millet, as India is one of the largest producer of the millet, and they have been provided ranging steps to implement the benefits of the opportunity in the country, and apart from that to enhance their knowledge to the other countries of the world also. There are 7 sutras or themes have been given in while during the launch of this International Year of Millets, and the responsibility for these 7 sutras have been given to their concerned ministries. These 7 sutras include the enhancement of production and productivity, the nutrition and health benefits of the millets, the value addition, processing and recipe development, the entrepreneurship, the startups, collective development, the awareness creation, branding, labeling and promotion, international outreach, and lastly policy intervention for mainstreaming of the millets. Apart from that, to enhance the domestic outreach, various steps have been taken so that the millet production and consumption can be promoted. A few examples are this International Year of Millets campaign is an integral part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The involvement of students and youth during the cyclothons and marathons, and some other steps. Various activities have also been taken by the states, as they have directed for the distribution of millets during their integrated child development scheme program once in a week. Each states have been given responsibility to adopt one focus millet to showcase. The panchayats and urban local bodies have also been involved for the various events for the millet producing districts. Conferences at district and state level have been organized for the promotion of the millets. Center of excellence have been established on nutritious cereals across the country. And apart from that, the suggestions have been invited from the states in respect of the promotion and awareness about the millets. We have reached to the end of this video. Thanks for watching this video. If you have liked this video, please like and share with others. Thank you so much.